Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now the beginning of November of 2022, and as we get closer to the very end of Star Wars Andor with the last batch of episodes getting ready to air on Disney+, a lot of Star Wars fans are looking forward to other shows out there like Bad Batch 2, Mando 3, Ahsoka, and a whole lot more on the horizon by Jon, George, and Dave. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you also very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing about the new universe between Disney and Lucasfilm and how they're really trying to propel things in a better path. We already know that the Mandoverse is really Jon and Dave's treasure, right? That is where it all began for them. But they're also expanding to other points in Star Wars, such as the Old Republic, post-Episode 9 era, and a whole lot more on the horizon as well when it comes to different eras of the Star Wars universe that they want to explore. Now that brings us to exactly how this all dwindles down to Mark Hamill portraying the character of Luke Skywalker and what Mark Hamill recently had to say and confirm about the future of Star Wars and how he's going to be involved in a very big way, and how he was able to confirm some of the leaks that we've been going over about everything related to how prominent Luke is going to be, exactly how he's going to be used by Jon and Dave, and a whole lot more as well. Now, given that Disney CEO Bob Chapek has been very much, involved in all of this, allowing Jon and Dave to do exactly whatever in the world that they want to do, basically, on top of this, Jon Favreau is also getting a lot of financial control over many of the Star Wars TV shows. We'll talk about that later. Now, with Disney and Lucasfilm getting ready to make some drastic changes to the Star Wars universe, actor Mark Hamill as of late has been very closely involved with Favreau and Filoni on the new Star Wars universe and many of the upcoming Star Wars shows. Now, it's noted, however, that just recently actor Mark Hamill was able to make a very big and important announcement about his future with Star Wars to the fans. Now, Mark Hamill went on to state the following to the fandom. What Jon and Dave have been informing me on with their plans for Luke has been absolutely stunning. I can say this without over-exaggerating to the fans that what fans are about to see with Luke in the upcoming shows is going to be straight out of the Legends stories that George approved over 20 years ago. Jon and Dave are about to give Luke some of the most impressive Force abilities that I can think I have seen in my whole career for Star Wars. I thought that Force Crush thing that Luke did to the droids in Mando 2 was stunning, but nothing compares to what Jon and Dave are about to do in the new projects. We have some pretty impressive technology that ILM is utilizing that is going to involve myself and how it's going to create the most realistic young version of Luke. Now, let me just stop right here for 1 second of what Mark Hamill was actually saying about this, is that we've been talking about this new ILM technology that they're going to start using in order to de-age actors, actresses, or create young versions of characters. And it's said to not be de-aging technology. It's also said to not be deepfake technology. It's said they go beyond that. And it will be something completely unique, something brand new that neither of us have ever seen before. Not the audience, not the film industry, nobody. ILM is coming up with this big new technology that's going to change the film industry as you know it when it comes to de-aging fan favorite characters from different franchises and or actors and or actresses. And I think that this is going to be something that's going to really shake up the audience, right? Because when you look at Luke in the original trilogy and you look at Luke in the Book of Boba Fett, like I say, it's very impressive already as it is with the deepfake stuff, but there are a couple of, minor things here and there that seem a little off. The main thing is when you get closer to the face, you can realize that it's not an authentic person, right? So basically ILM's new tech is going to really revolutionize how realistic Luke is going to be in the upcoming projects. It's said to be flawless, and Mark Hamill talks about this. Let's tap into this further. So he goes on to say, I would go as far to say that it's flawless. It's truly going to reshape the film industry and how we can even bring people back from the dead or even completely de-age somebody. It's going to change everything. We are going to explore a side of Luke that you have not seen ever before, not even in Star Wars Legends, that's going to completely blow fans away. So now he's talking about how Luke is going to be treated, and how John and Dave are going to the next level. They're going to be giving us a version of Luke, a more powerful version of Luke, that fans have never seen before. And I think that speaks volumes. It does. When you look at this, of what they have been doing with Luke, it's crazy how fast he's evolving, technology-wise. You know, and we've seen Mando Season 2, where Luke seemed very off. Mando, of course, 3 is about to do some pretty impressive stuff with other characters out there, but Book of Boba Fett, I think, was a great introduction to Luke, big time, because they used the deepfake technology. It was something completely impressive and outperformed his appearance in Mando 2. Now, further, what Mark Hamill is confirming here is that we are going to be getting a version of Luke Skywalker that's even going to outperform Luke Skywalker's abilities that he used in Star Wars Legends, essentially. Now, that's essentially turning over to John and Dave, completely doing something original, and also at the same exact time, making sure that it's going to be known to the audience and to the characters in this universe that Luke is, at this point in time, the most powerful Jedi to have existed in the galaxy. They want to make that actually a thing. And some fans may like that, some fans may not like that. You don't want to go too crazy, right? Because then it gets a little oversaturated and a little too unrealistic. I know that in Legends they gave him some powers that were a little like, what is going on here, right? So, to the next thing, he says, I think everyone will be very impressed with what we have to show next year and the year after that, and beyond. You see, John and Dave's plan is to somehow involve Luke in all of these stories by reference and/or appearance, and they will be using George Lucas's treatments of how young Luke would be also. So that's another thing, is that John and Dave are going to be using George Lucas's treatments for Luke Skywalker. And I think that's great and all. You know, when you think about it like this, George Lucas is the creator of the Skywalkers. He is the guy that made it all happen right from the start. And you can't just, you know, put him to the wayside like Kathleen Kennedy is in Acolyte and Skeleton Crew. You just can't do that. It's against the rules, in my opinion. You know, so given that there's a lot of things happening here, Mark Hamill really confirming multiple things. Confirming, number 1, the new ILM technology. Number 2, how Luke's abilities are going to outperform some of the Legends abilities. And number 3, essentially, Luke is going to actually have some kind of connection to all of the upcoming Star Wars shows that are Mandoverse era related. And that's a big deal, you know? So, anyways, I would like to hear what you all have to say about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I am on Twitter at Mike01 if you guys want to go ahead and check me out, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon we hear